Hello friends, today we are going to learn mesh analysis, loop analysis. We must know about the Kirchhoff's law first. As per the Kirchhoff's law, algebraic sum of product of current and resistances plus algebraic sum of EMFs is equals to 0. That is sigma IR plus sigma EMF is equals to 0. The sign conventions we are using in the Kirchhoff's law is that if we travel from A to B, battery is first negative, then positive, then it is called as rise in potential, consider as plus E. When we travel from A to B, battery is first positive, then negative, then it is called as fall in potential and consider as minus E. Now, for IR drop, if we travel from A to B, current also travels from A to B, in that case, minus IR, fall in potential. If we travel from A to B, and if we travel from B to A, if we travel from A to B and current travels from B to A, then it is called as rise in potential, consider as plus IR. So here, in this diagram, you can find the circuit diagram which includes some resistances and battery source. Now what will happen here? This is A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. You can name the figure first. Now keep in mind that this is A point, this is B point, this is C point, this is D points, and these all are points. But the speciality of these all points is that this is the reference nodes. This is called as reference node. These all points are same. This is called as bottom node or reference because they all are connected to the same line. This is called as junction. This is also called as a junction. Why for? Because from this the two or more than two wires are there. Now, as far as this concern, these all are nodes and these are junctions. So now let us, in loop analysis, first of all, let us consider what is meaning by loop. Loop means the path. We start from A and we'll continue and we will return back to A. So A, B, G, H, A is a loop, or also it is called as mesh. Likewise B, C, F, G, this is also called as a loop mesh. So loop within a loop is called as a mesh. So we can apply the method using the Kirchhoff's law sign convention and we can find the currents flowing through the circuit. Not only that means through only the junctions, we can find out through the branches also. So loop currents also we will get and branch current also we can get with this method. So how to apply? It's very simple. First of all, starts from A and go to B. When we start from A to B, now the very first condition is we supposed to assume the direction of current. So initially we assume the direction of current like this and like this. So as far as always this is the assumed direction. These are not the true directions of the current. If after solution, if you get the answer of any of the current as negative or all the currents negative, the assume it means clearly indicates that assumed direction of current is wrong. We supposed to change this direction. We have to redraw the diagram. We have to change the direction and we can verify the answer applying the KCL. That is, at junction point, the summation of all the currents meeting at a point or junction is equals to 0. So here in this problem, what we are going to do here, we are going to do like that. First minus I1 R1. Now for this branch there are two currents. One is I1, second one is I2. But since we are in first loop, we will give the preference to the I1. So we call it as a I1 minus I2. So what we can write? Minus into bracket I1 minus I2 R4. Then here no resistance, that means R is 0. So I into R is 0. Now we are traveling from this to this. So battery is first negative, then positive. So we should write for E1 is equals to 0. So the first equation becomes minus R1 R1 then minus I1 minus I2 R4 plus E1 is equals to 0. Now here we will travel. Now here minus I2 R2. The first current is, product is minus I2 R2. Then here again two currents are there, I2 and I3. But since we are in loop current, in loop 2, we will take the preference to I2. So we will write I2 minus I3. So here first of all minus I2 R2 minus into bracket I2 minus I3 into R5, and here again nothing is there, so R is 0. So finally we will move to this again in this loop. Now we are in second loop, so what should we write here? Minus into bracket I2 minus I1 into R4, and that is equals to 0. Once path complete, put equals to 0. And finally minus, here for third loop we can write minus I3 R3. Now we are traveling from this to this, so we are having here first positive then negative, so it becomes minus E2. So here again same. Now since we are in loop 3, we can write here as minus I3 minus I2 into R5 and is equals to 0. So using the help of calculator, you can solve the equation, or you can take the Cramer's rule. With the Cramer's rule, you can solve find the delta, delta 1, delta 2 like that, and get the answer of these unknown currents. Actually, we supposed to calculate the equations. So number of unknowns is equals to number of equation. Here three unknowns are there, I1, I2 and I3. So here we should write three equations, then we can get I1, I2, I3. So let us apply this loop method here. So here again we can apply, assume that this is the I1 current which flows through this, then here I2 current flows through this. These all are the assumed direction of current. So first here we can write minus I1 R1. Suppose this is R1, this is R2 and this is R3. So what we can write? Minus I1 R1. And for what this we will write? This is minus into bracket I1 minus I2 into this, that is R3. And finally here from this to this we'll move negative to positive, so it is plus 10 is equals to 0. That's why here I have written that this is the 2 ohm resistance, so minus 2 I1, then minus 4 into I1 minus I2 plus 10 is equals to 0. That completes your equation number 1. Similarly, if we apply here for the loop 2, so again here is a 3 ohm resistance, so minus 3 I2, the current which flows through this, we are also traveling from this to this, current I2 is also flowing from to this, so minus 3 I2. Now here battery is first positive, then negative, then it is called as minus 5. Now we are in loop 2, that's why we supposed to write minus I2 minus I1 into bracket, and we have to multiply it by 4 and is equals to 0. Just solve this equation and on the calculator, and you get the question will be asked how to solve this in calculator. You just go to the mode and just press till you get the equation. So below equation there is 1 is written, so just press 1. After that it will ask how many unknowns are there. Now in this problem you have 2 unknowns, so just press 2 and just give the value of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 like in Cramer's rule we are having, and just get the answer. So the calculator will throw answer as X and Y. So X is 1.92, Y is 0.38. So here clear cut indicates that 1.92 ampere is the I1 current and 0.38 is the here I2. So current through this we have to calculate through 4 ohm is here. Now we know that this is the branch. From this branch 2 currents are going. One current is 1.92 and that flows from, suppose this is terminal A and this is terminal B. So we will speak in the language of A and B. So what is that? 1.92 is flowing from A to B, that is A to B, that means downside, and this 0.38 is flowing from this B to A. That means from what? So here at the same time two currents are flowing. One is coming downside and one is going upward. So whosoever is more, so coming down current is more. So that's why here 1.92 minus 0.38. So finally we can conclude that the current flowing through this branch is I1 minus I2, that is 1.454 ampere. So just like a loop method, we can solve using by mesh matrix also. In mesh matrix, the simple thing is there. First of all, we have to write the matrix form, that is R11, R12, R13, R21, R22, R23, R31, R32, R33, likewise for the three unknowns. Now here in this numerical, there are two unknowns, that is I1 and I2. So we will write R1, R11, R12, R21, R22. And this matrix is IR drop matrix. So I1, I2, and here we write E1 and E2. So how to get the answers of R11, R12, R21 and R like this? So all resistances value. So what is this R11? R11 is the summation of all the resistances which includes in loop 1 and 1 only. Similarly, R22 is the summation of all the resistances which include in loop 2 and 2 only. And R12 and R21 is the value of resistance which is common to loop 1 and 2 only. So here, but only thing is that we have to take the negative sign for R12 and R21. And while traveling through this, just calculate the EMFs and finally write down here the value of E1 and E2. Now here we travel in the first case. Here just look at that. Here 10 ohm resistance is there and this is 2 ohm resistance. So in this loop we have 10 plus 2 ohm. So what is the R11? R11 is 12. Now R22, let us go for R22. So what is R22? Here we are having 3 ohm, here we are having 2 ohm. So in this loop 2 we have only 5 ohm resistance, so we mention it 5. Now the loop 1 and loop 2, who is common? The 2 is common, so we'll write here -2 and -2. Now here we travel in first loop. What will happen? The positive terminal becomes negative. So what we can write here? -2. And here again when we travel in loop 2, again this 4 volt. This is negative positive terminal and becomes negative. So here -4. So now once we get this matrix, simply apply the equation, go to the calculator, apply the Cramer's rule and find the values, and you can get directly the answer. That means the current which flowing through the circuit. Now here is the case which I want to explain. Here the assumed direction, that is here you can find the value of y in minus and value of x is in minus. So the assumed direction here, this is the assumed direction, this is the assumed direction. So both the answers are negative. That means the assumed directions are wrong. So once again we have to redraw the diagram, and once we redraw the diagram, change the direction of current. And once we change the direction of current, it indicates that we have to calculate the current through this ammeter. Now just look at that. Now initially the current flowing like this, now it will flow like this. So and here initially current flowed like this, but now with the correction the current will flow like this. So 0.92 is the current and here 0.32 current. So finally we can make the superimposing these two results, we get that 0.6 ampere from B to A. So this is what the very simple way to solve the mesh analysis and loop analysis. Thank you. Here in this diagram, what you find? Loop 1 is there, loop 2 is there, loop 3 is there. So for the mesh matrix method, first find out R11, then R22, then R33. This diagonal element should be find out first. How to find this? Very simple. summation of all the resistances which include loop 1 and 1 only, summation of all the resistances which include in loop 2 and 2 only, summation of all the resistances include in loop 3 and 3 only. So what to get the R11? 1 plus 3 plus 2, that is equals to 6 ohm. Now R22, to get the R22, 2 plus 1 plus 4. So what is that? 7 ohm. To get R33, 3 plus 2 plus 1. So what is that? 6 ohm. So once we get the diagonal element, now to get the R12 and R21, so very simple. The resistance common between loop 1 and 2 only. Now who is common between 1 and 2 only? It is 2 ohm. So we will take as minus 2. So this we write here minus 2. Now to get R13 and R31. So who is common between 1 and 3? 1 and 3 common is 3. So what we are taking here? Minus 3, minus 3. Now R23 and R32. How to get this? Who is common between 2 and 3? That is 1 ohm. So here we are writing minus 1, minus 1. So this IR matrix now ready. Now we'll go for E1, E2, E3. Now let us go through this first E2. Now once we travel to this, there is no source. So here directly answer for this is E2 is 0. Similarly, E3 is 0. Now what about this E1? Once we travel from like this, so negative terminal become positive. So here plus 5 volt. Now simply once we get the matrix, it's a matter of second to get the answer of any value of current. So here with the help of calculator, we find the answer for I3 is 0.823 ampere. Thank you. Now in this diagram, this is loop 1, this is loop 2 and this is loop 3. So how to get R11? R11 is 10 plus 10 plus 10 is equals to 30. How to get R22? R22 is 10 plus 10, 20 ohm. How to get R33? R33 is 10 plus 10 plus 10. So what is that? 30 ohm. Now to get R12. So to get the R12, simply the common between 1 and 2 is 10. So that is minus 10 ohm. So R12, R21 is minus 10. Now what is R13? R13 is again here. You can find this 10. So what is that? Minus 10 ohm. And what is R31 and R13? So here we are finding now here R2, 3 and R3, 2. What is that? Again 10. So what is that? Minus 10 we are writing. So now once we complete this matrix for R11, R12 and R like that, and finally again we have to find E1, E2, E3. Now just look at this. To get the E1 here in this diagram, what is that? Negative to positive when we travel like this. So it becomes plus 100. Now when we travel from like this, so 50 positive terminal becomes negative, so it becomes minus 50. So E2 is minus 50. And what is about E3? E3 is 0. So once we get these values, just put the answers, you will get these currents. Thank you.